So the chapter 2, part E, we're going to talk about secret commission. So undisclosed compensation is illegal. So basically you have to disclose what you're going to charge. A licensee must promptly disclose, so have to prompt to the client and to the licensee related broker the source of remuneration. So basically you have to disclose that what you're going to get. A licensee must not act for more than one party. Not act more than one party to a transaction without the knowledge of all parties for whom the licensee is acting. Basically, no secret commission.
Yeah. Okay.
You can work for more than one party, but every party should know what you're doing, right? Next is property management. It is illegal to provide property management service in BC unless a person is licensed for property management. So basically, you need to be licensed.
Yeah.
This is taken very seriously with the council. Rental property management consists of collecting rents, security deposits, and generally managing the real estate on behalf of the owner. So you must be licensed. Okay. Vicarious liability. So this mostly comes. The broker is under additional liability. Under common law principles, as the employer of a licensee, broker is responsible for his licensee's actions performed in the course of employment. So, is responsible for his licensee's actions.
Yeah.
If a licensee presents property fraudulently, right, during the course of employment, it causes the buyer damage. Buyer can sue not only the licensee, right, but also the brokerage. Even if the brokerage was not aware the misrepresentation, unless this happened outside the scope of licensee's employment. You understand, right?
Yeah.
So the managing broker is, or the broker is liable indirectly. And the next is Real Estate Development Marketing Act.
So basically, if I work for you, you have to keep me in mind, so you don't get me.
So the Real Estate Development Marketing Act sets disclosure requirements on developers marketing various forms of real estate development such as strata lots, cooperatives, timeshares, and shared interest. It regulates the marketing of development units. So regulate means controls. Basically, anytime you want to build a high-rise, cooperatives, timeshares, right? Timeshare, basically you are going to Hawaii, right, for 2 months. You buy in a high-rise or in a hotel, right? Development property includes subdivisions, strata properties, cooperative, timeshare, and other shared interest in land or residential leasehold complexes. The act is protecting purchasers. So what the primary goal is to protect the purchasers. By requiring development who market or intend to market units in development property to meet any preliminary requirement or approvals applicable to the type of property to be marketed. What do they need? They need approval and preliminary requirements. Ensure appropriate steps to be taken to pay the cost of utilities. So they pay to pay the cost of utilities. Prepare and file a disclosure, right? Statement in the form required by superintendent of
yeah. So that's real estate development marketing.
Yeah. So real estate development property. The Act defines development property in relation to the number of development units created, such as 5 or more subdivision lots in a subdivision, right? Unless each lot is 64.7 hectare or more. So 5 or more. 5 or more bare land strata lots, right? Or the single lots, right? 5 or more stratified lots in a stratified building. 2 or more cooperatives. 5 or more time shared interest. 2 or more shared interest in land in same parcel. 5 or more leasehold units in a residential leasehold complex. So basically, simply 5 or more, right? Or 2 more for cooperative. Cooperatives only are, where the company owns right? Company has a fee simple interest, but you are just a leaseholder for long-term lease or a shareholder. You know, cooperative home, if you go on Patala, on the right side there are cooperative homes. Cooperative homes, you don't have a title. You just own the share. Kind of a long-term tenancy. Kind of a long-term, right?
Does that come under townhomes as well? The same thing?
No. Corporate townhome is separate. It's a strata property, right?
Yeah. So basically you own the bond, you don't own the land.
Yeah. Real estate development units can be a subdivision lot where land, cooperative interest, time shared interest, a shared interest in land or leasehold interest provided they are located in a developmental property. So it's a repeat of everything. Definitions. What is a subdivision? It's defined as land divided into lots or parcels other than under the Strata Property Act. The developer must comply with all of its marketing marketing requirement of the Act before a subdivided land can be marketed. Basically, they have to give a disclosure.
This is all into the building code.
I know, you do it every day.
Yeah.
Strata lots can be a strata lot in a stratified building or a bare land strata lot. The strata plan or bare land must be deposited in the land strata office. Once you make a plan to make say 50 units, you must deposit, right? Building permit has been issued or lot strata describe a development in which there are no buildings when the subdivisions occurs. So basically, if it's a land, so then the building permit has been issued. Cooperative interest. This is an interest held in a cooperative association, either as a shareholder, right, partner, or a member. The company owns it. So who owns it? Company owns a parcel of land and sells shares and intends to build, right? For example, a fourplex, they find 4 different individuals or family, they want to buy shares and the right to occupy, right? Licensee can sell such shares because the sale of share provides the right to occupy. And this is exempt from the registration requirement of the Securities Act. Okay. So basically you buy a share. Time share interest. This is an interest in the plan that allows a person to use land on a periodic basis, right? Often the sale of timeshare interest gives the owner the use of the land on a week by week basis, right? Or 1/5 interest, right? This would allow the person with the timeshare interest to use the property 10 weeks out of the years. Okay. So shared interest in land. This is where a developer offers a shared interest, right? In land in a development where the purchaser or leases the land with at least one other person and enters into an agreement that restricts the purchaser, right, use the land to only a part of the land. Each purchaser enters into agreement to occupy one unit. Each purchaser agrees to occupy a different unit. Basically, everybody shares. Right? Sometimes you can't buy yourself. You put partner together.